Incremental readings. It's likely that you have heard SuperMemo Method reading about SuperMemo on the documentation and so on. But what's about it, right? Well, it's not nothing exclusive. Basically, by the company, it's how they call their own space repetition solution, the SuperMemo Method. Was invented by Piotr Wozniak in the 80s. You know that first on paper, then with the app, and so on. It was the first ever software to implement spatial repetition on 1987, and basically helps learners remember what they learn. Because I learn, but after a while, if I don't have enough natural repetition, I will forget. Or if I learn other information, I will have interference and forget something. So the premise is to remember long term with minimal review. The amount of times I need, the repetitions, the minimum repetitions required. I'm used to learn complex subjects. In his case, Piotr Wozniak created or discovered spatial repetition, biochemistry, languages, I think first Esperanto, then English, and then he used computer science. So what's the core idea? It's to review just before you're about to forget it. Why? Because it has an effect that is magnified. The closest you're doing it before you're about to forget it, the stronger the effect, therefore the long lasting will be, and the least amount of repetitions you will require. So less number of repetitions needed overall in your lifetime, shortens the long-term memory. There's degree of error because you are human, so even if we have that, sometimes it's, I absolutely forgot. I'm not able to recall it. And customize intervals based on your performance. Everyone that uses the SuperMemo method will have a slight different intervals because we don't work exactly the same. So very briefly, SuperMemo counters forgetting. Repeats information just in time before forgetting. With each successful recall, the intervals get longer. They always increase. They could increase slower or quicker, but even if it's hard, it will still increase. They are not fixed intervals. So therefore, each time you need less repetitions until they become like on a lifetime and turns short-term learning into permanent knowledge. That's more or less the premise. Then SuperMemo in action. So how SuperMemo implements the SuperMemo method, which is basically a special repetition with SuperMemo flavor, let's say. You just click on learn. Do you see this button? You do this. Click on learn, pam, pam, pam. More or less that's the flow. Then if what appears is a flashcard, that in this case that's a flashcard, that grabs the proteins involving what? Relating gene expression, right? And then I rate my recall. I was great, good, pass, fail, or bad, and so on. So basically, to simplify is I remember, I know, almost, or I didn't, I forgot. And based on this user feedback, SuperMemo schedules the next review. It can be as simple as just binary, I remember, I forgot, or to 6 degrees, 3 for remembering, 3 for forgetting. Then, the focus is on repeat section daily to strengthen the memory. That doesn't mean you repeat daily the same thing. It's that daily, every session you do in SuperMemo, you will do iterations. Sometimes, in this case, it will be in 2 days. The flashcard I just did, is in 189 days. So it will take quite a while until I don't see that again. But if I do, let's say, 50 repetitions today, I'll do 50 iterations or something that perhaps is the first repetition, the fourth, the fifth, the second, and so on. And intervals gets longer as memory improves. So if you fail the card, you will start from 0, but then you will go quicker than the first time. Then how the algorithm works very high level, because there are other videos that tackle this. So basically, SuperMemo analyzes your piece of learning and forgetting. Says the review dates and recall is around 90 or, as advertised, 95%. But if you aim at 90, like in other apps like Anki with FSRS, it's good enough at the beginning. Then SuperMemo keeps repetition efficient and personalized, customized to your own priorities and to your own performance. And then avoids under or over reviewing. Under that you do less, you don't do enough reviewing, or you do too much, that you are cramming, you are overloading, and so on. So you just do enough. Meaning that if you trust the algorithm, you will keep this, whatever you do, in memory 95% of the cases, with just enough repetitions. Not, oh, it's been a month, let's review everything, pam, pam, pam. You do more repetitions than necessary to no benefit in the long term. So, to finalize, why SuperMemo works? Because it focuses on the long term, the opposite of cramming. Perhaps you could achieve it tomorrow or next week, but you will do it in a month. Incrementalism. There's no hurry. You want to maximize the victory in the long term. So if I take longer, in natural time, I take longer. Let's say it's 4 repetitions. I do 4 repetitions in a week or 2 weeks, or in 2 months, or in a year. It doesn't matter. Because the time I have spent, if it's 1 minute per repetition, to simplify, it's 4 minutes. So therefore I have spent 4 minutes in a time of 1 year, but I have only spent 4 minutes. And now I'm able to memorize this fact in the years, only have spent 4 minutes. Then, based on real-time feedback and performance. And it's dynamic. So based on each single flashcard, you may experience a difference, not in the collection, which is also true. It will become negligible when your collection is huge. But on the concept group that we will see, or in here the siblings, they will also be affected. So keep in mind that your performance of a single flashcard not only affects itself, but the siblings or cousins, if you want to say it like that, or the entire collection at different degrees. So therefore, you save time avoiding unnecessary review, because you only review something when you're about to forget it. So you need, oh yeah, since I don't have the SuperMemo method, I don't follow that. I do it once a month, let's say. It was not required. You will still remember 95% of the stuff you have, but you have multiplied by 12 or by 10-fold the reviews you do. So this time you spend doing extra reviews, it's time you can invest learning something new. So overall, the SuperMemo method encourages gradual, incremental, lifelong learning. Forever. And definitely in time. So remember, SuperMemo method, what we have seen in this video, is basically spaced repetition, the original. Because could be that you have experienced an adulterated flavor with an app that schedules with exams like RemNote, or allows cramming very easily like Anki and so on, that it's based with SuperMemo, but has tweaked a lot of things. That, hey, that's the original recipe. SuperMemo method. Also, just to let you know that we will have a dedicated section in this course about spaced repetition, which is quite large. Not for the fluency, but especially for the mastery track. There are more than 60 videos in that section. But for now, that will be enough. See you incrementally.